person that I brought to Enemy of Progress. Consistently, I think she made it 3 times, was Lin Mei.
Fuck that.
Okay. Monk face.
Okay.
She said something this week.
Same energy.
Yeah. I always said in this space, I'll be nice to my peers because I'm also still growing in this field. So, respectfully,
It's a no.
It's a no.
God, just mind your business. You don't always have to dissect everything. We don't always have to dissect.
And if you're going to dissect it, don't use a spoon. Use something surgical that's sharp. Use incisive critique. Use sense. Keisha.
Okay.
Yeah?
Use a sharp one.
Let's use your government.
That's it.
Keisha.
Yeah, do you know what?
Oh,
I just
Keisha.
forgot, because that read that you read.
And I'll read her, and that's why she should never tag.
That's 2023.
Yeah, it was last year. Last year,
because we did a full.
We did.
The way I listened to that podcast maybe 3 times. It was wonderful.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Our house. That was playing. It was phenomenal.
Perfect. No, it needed to be done, and this is see what I'm saying. I'll mind my business. My energy, my vim is for government, systems, that sort of thing. I don't really come at people anymore. So for the fact that she could then talk in a way that meant that other ridiculous page then went and tried to post a picture of my son. So we were all on Unapologetic, the Channel 4 show, and she was on as a guest, whatever. And we were talking about should British schools keep Black History Month? Should this be done? And because she wants to be this contrarian, she was arguing differently. And I could see it's, again, when people don't really have a platform like that and they know that they're going to be in proximity to me, it's like, oh, it's your time to start shining. Don't. I will take out your star. I will take out your star, like right out the, like, don't.
She said it.
So then to see that she was then, I think because she still thought it was a joke because I was like keeping back, she was saying some things, and then one of their idiotic platforms picked it up and it was like, yeah, oh my God, you know, I'm surprised to know that Kelechi has a mixed race child and da-da-da-da. And everybody knows that. Don't mention my child. You don't see my child online. Don't ever make mention of my child. Don't make mention of my family. I come online to deliver my views and I go about my business, and I deliver my views in a balanced way as well. It's very clear when you look at me, I don't bring my personal life into what you man are doing. It's very clear. So for someone that stupid because she thinks that it's show business, we can all say, I will find you and I'll rip your throat out of your neck. Don't ever. And so she's lucky that the only shot I took, because I'm meant to be blessed and highly favoured and I'm doing up love and light now, but I will light your clot up. And what I chose to do instead was just to record a podcast and talk to her mother instead.
Pause.
Right.
So Kendrick got it from you.
She did Kendrick. Kendrick took it from Kelechi. He did. It's 100%.
Kendrick.
Because you know Kendrick's got his ear to the ground.
Yes.
I said, dear Keisha's mum. Keisha's mum's Instagram page.
So why should I go on Lin Mei? Sorry.
Because it makes no sense. Because again, it's alias. Everyone can have an alias, and this is the thing. I mean, obviously people know me as Kelechi Okafor, but you can very much see that my name, Kelechi Okafor, is right there. Okay. Right? So I don't play because I don't have to go on burner accounts. I don't have to do aliases. I am who I am. Like, ask about me. You have to go by Lin Mei because that's your villain, right? Apart from who you are. Because they didn't let you into District Nightclub, that's your villain origin story.
We were invited down, myself specifically, to attend District. So I came down with my friends. But prior to me coming down, I actually said, well, what's the dress code? So he told me, and he said, what do the ladies look like? So I said, well, they're presentable. And he said, are they dark? And I said, why should that matter? And he said, because if they're dark, they need to be extra pretty. And I was on the defensive. And I said, why is that? Why not, as a whole, women need to be, you know, presentable? And he said, white girls dress better, they look better, they're thin, and that's the crowd that I'm looking after. It's the black crowd that's my concern. But then he brought it back by saying, no, my wording was wrong, I still would like you to come down. Didn't really want to, but after coaxing, I decided to come down. Got here early to ensure that there was no confusion. Got to the front of the queue, to which the door lady actually stated, Daniel Thomas's table is full. We were willing to pay, and she said there's nothing she can do about it. So I called him and he said, no, she's lying, it's a mistake, you're my guest, I specifically wanted you to come down. I said, I don't take to shame. I've been here many occasions, which he already knew. I have no issue in paying, neither are my girls, we're all working women. And he said, no, it's no issue, please don't go anywhere. I'm going to speak to the person above me. And he called me back and said, he's asked you to actually stand against the wall so he can decide whether you're good enough to come in. He then said to me, it's because your friends are dark.
So that's why you can't stand activists, because you stood outside with a placard and then they still didn't. You're a failed light skin. The issue is that you're a failed light skin. All your other light skin peers, right? They get into clubs and they're treated nicely. But because you, upon all your high pigmentation, they're still not taking you seriously.
Do you know what? Because like I've been here. Okay, you know what? There's some things that I wouldn't want to say on camera, but then it's like I've just become, in the past year, like heard a few things that like she really goes out of her way to drag people down. And when I heard some of those examples, I was like, even for me, I've never met this girl before, but then I was just like, it cannot be you, the same person that talks this level online, doing such shady levels of things, like to bring people down. And it's people that, I mean, well, people that we all know, but then it's like, you don't need to be doing that. If you have this energy, you've got this voice, keep that. Let the vim that you're keeping online, keep it. Make your statement. But you don't need to be doing shady shit. So even the things about like what she's like sending to blogs and things like that. And I'm like, a part of me was like, so are you only making blogs because you're sending shit to them and that they're not actually finding things about you? And I'm like, that's very
failed
crazy.
light skin behaviour. That is failed light skin behaviour, because your peers have to just flutter their green eyes or show us, and they're making the blogs easily, but you're having to send them content.
Do you know who she is? She's Rebecca Vardy.
It was ... Rebecca Vardy's account. No, honestly, it makes me really, really sad, because I just think that, again, people could use their energy so differently, and even if you don't want to use it differently, don't ever use it towards me, is the thing, because I will take my time. It took everybody to calm me down, because for once you go into my family,
you do not do that shit.
Even in the abstract, now I don't care what officials have to say. Now we have to fight, and the thing is, you can't, because when you saw me at that, when we were doing the show, you were smiling up. To you, it's a pantomime. I'm very, very real about the fact that as black people, we deserve good things in this country. You're using, because you have to be scum to be using where we are, the strata that we are in society, to be using that as fodder so you can get paid £125 for going on Jeremy Vine. You brokey.
Because everything you've just said is what Kendrick said to Drake. I don't understand. It's just now I know origin story. I love Kendrick. He's my number one. However,
she's a colonizer.
Like I told you, I followed you on Twitter for a long time, and I'm just like, what are some of the one-liners? I'm afraid.
When people talk, I'm like, is it okay? Let's see.
No.
Let's see.
I think that pod that you levelled at her was so phenomenal.
Perfect.
It was was chef's kiss all around the world. Like, it was just brilliant.
Thank you.
And is why she said nothing back.
Does she can't?
She couldn't go toe to toe.
No, because you can't. Because for me, again, this is what I'm saying about how my mind works. I'm not gonna tussle with you lot in the gutter. Who the hell? I'm not doing that with you. Let's just think about this. As a mother, it's only a mother that will understand the rage that I'm feeling right now. So let me talk to your mother, regardless of her eyebrows. Let me talk to your mother and say what I need to say.
It's true, though.
You should never. Why would you raise a daughter that would think it's okay to do all of this stuff? Why is she so confused about her identity that she loathes darker skinned black women and comes at them?
What pisses me off? What pisses me off about the loathe of her identity
looking like
so
Alvin
much
Simon
is,
Theodore.
She wants to talk on identity so very much, but you're not content in yourself. But you keep fucking talking. She even said something the other day like, "Oh, like I'm Bayesian, and as a Bayesian,
so now you're Bayesian.
Now she's Bayesian. We can't say Wagwan, it's Wagween, or whatever it is. Bayesian.
And then tomorrow you want to give people advice on mortgage. Like I could see where she was trying to do like pick your struggle. political.
Pick who you want to be.
Pick.
Like,
but she's trying everything, and the light skin privilege isn't helping.
Yeah.
It's still not, and that goes to show how much of a flop you have to be when in a pigmentocratic society with your pigment, it's still not helping you. You must be really incompetent.
took it there.
Shit at your job.
You must be really shit
At your job.
And
she
to me, I
tries
think
everything.
that it brings up so much passion in me, because I really dislike people like her, Kemi Badenoch. I dislike people who understand. I know that they understand. I know that they very much understand what black people are going through in this country. They do know. But for the sake of appealing to an audience and getting followers and getting notoriety or becoming the leader of the Tory party, they will say whatever they need to say to denigrate us.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you're still never going to be chosen by those people.
Yeah.
And you're still going to rot
And you will
in
be
your self-loathing.
rejected.
Good.
And I
And when
think
the
that's
revolution comes, you're at the front line.